right? So, but basically, what happened was we got the opportunity through Pentecostal Faith Assembly Church. Brenda L. Culberson, who pastors this church, gave us the opportunity and said yes to our vision and to our mission to serve the community. And we are here for a purpose, and that is to connect the community and of awareness about storytelling, about how important your story is to someone else, how it heals, how it communicates, how people survive, you know, stories of survival, stories of triumph, stories of hardship. Y'all want to hear that. So, year and a half later, we're standing here now, and we thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I'm going to leave y'all in front of Rashida and George Murray, Rashida Elliott. I mean, sorry. Wow.
Do I look like him?
Rashida Elliott and Eric Solenberger, who is our two facilitators who are here to facilitate you. They are both are great facilitators. They are both have lived experience. They both work in the field and serving the community. And I thank both of them for being here, for, you know, having opened their time up to come and do what is necessary to make this happen.
My name is Eric Solenberger, and my co-facilitator is Rashida Elliott. And so we're going to do like just a little introduction, sort of like what Sean did, just to give you an idea of where we're coming from. And we're going to jump right into, you know, you have a PowerPoint. We have facilitators have a much more extensive PowerPoint, but we're going to give you a lot of information. There are spaces on your PowerPoints to write down notes, depending on your style of learning. Me, I don't take notes. I'm not good with it. I just kind of have really good memory, and I kind of see things in pictures, right? So I just kind of do this. But if you work well and you want to have that writing and you want to be able to reference it again, please write down anything that you might be inspired by or that you hear that you want to retain and have at hand. Okay? So, my name is Eric Solenberger. I'm a person in recovery. I say I'm a person in recovery from mental health and drug and alcohol challenges. So, I'm a juvenile diabetic. I was diagnosed at 10 months old. I've been taking insulin since I was 10 months old. And, you know, a lot of what we learn for folks in recovery is that trauma is a personal thing. There's nobody's trauma that's less significant or more significant, and everybody can relate to having some kind of trauma in their life. And so no matter who you are, everybody out there is in recovery from something. Right? So, for me, I was made fun of. I couldn't even run. I was very weak. I was in and out of hospitals, probably until I was a teenager. Had to repeat a couple grades because I spent more time in the hospital than I did in the school. So, I hated who I was. I felt like I was shortchanged. I didn't have many friends. I was kind of ostracized from society. And then my mom got into natural medicine and really helped me change my whole health and life. And I kind of came back from that. But because we were interested with what we did with healthcare and vitamins and herbs, I was further made fun of and ostracized. So by the time I was 12 and drugs and alcohol came my way, I jumped right in and thought I found a solution, which was not a solution. It was the beginning to a long, ugly road for myself. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm sure a lot of folks know what I'm talking about. So, I got into the NA program in 1999, and I kind of got very, it was kind of like a, what do they call it, an NA Nazi. Married a woman in the program. He had a son. She had 3 boys from her previous marriage. So I was a bachelor, and then all of a sudden I was a father of 4 and married. Married 13 years. She started using about 3 years into marriage, and I stayed around. Things got ugly, and I ended up picking up again after being clean for almost 10 years. I had to start over. 4.5 years ago, I decided that I had to do everything different or I was going to die. And I started going to IOP program, and there was a CPS there, and I was like, what's a CPS? And they were like, Certified Peer Specialist, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. But the guys were pretty cool, and I could go into their office and talk about whatever. And they encouraged me, and they saw something in me, and they said, you'd be good at this. And I was like, oh, no. And they were like, look, just go to a training, storytelling training. And if you don't like it, you don't even just forget about it. You do whatever you want to do. So I took the training, and I loved it. And I started signing up for trainings. Any free trainings I could take, I was doing it. Right? So 4.5 years later, now presently I have 39 certifications. I worked with DBH and facilitated practice guidelines, RAP, supported employment, group facilitation skills, and storytelling training. And currently I'm a recovery coach with Mental Health Association of Southeastern Pennsylvania. And we do these trainings, and I do some other trainings as well. Right? So my life was, I didn't know what I was going to do with it 4.5 years ago. And now I'm here doing this, and it wasn't my plan. It was something larger that put me in this place, right? So the importance of your story can change someone else's life. That's how important your story is. And it doesn't matter whether your story is drug addiction. It doesn't matter whether it's mental health. It doesn't matter what it is. You speaking about how the struggles you had and how you got through them can change someone else's life, right? And that's why we're here doing this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about ways to do that. And ways to do that in a setting where you're talking with relatives, or you're doing it professionally and you're in front of some folks in suits and, you know, something that might be a little unfamiliar for you. Okay? So now, caveat to, Rashida's going to introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. I am Rashida Elliott. I'm a storyteller facilitator, amongst other hats that I wear, and I am grateful to be here. I'm really passionate about storytelling because I know how it impacted my life and helped me change my life for the better. I am a firm believer that we become so that other people can become. So everything that I went through, it wasn't just about me. It was about helping somebody else if I survived. We can choose to keep all that inside, but I believe what we do for other people, God will do for ourselves. As we are willing to share our hurts, our misfortunes, whatever it might be, somebody might say, wow, I can make it. I remember being in that same place, sitting down and listening to people, and they saying, wow, I did this and this. I was like this one day, and then the next day I was like this. And change is possible. And this could mean any facet of your life. There are so many different roads to recovery. You know, it's so many different things that people are, challenges that people are having. But on one thing we have in common, that we do overcome, no matter what. And that's the message that we want to share to other people. My story is, I was a drug addict. I was in and out of mental institution. I've been arrested 27 times. In a million years, I never thought I would be in this place right now where I am. And it came with hard work and determination. And also to be able to listen. Sometimes in order to be able to change, you got to be willing to hear some things. If you're not open to hearing some things, how are you going to change? Especially when you are in recovery. Because you have to learn how to live all over again, regardless of what you're recovering from. In order to change your life, you have to change your mind. Your thoughts have to change. So I needed to hear that. I needed to be around people that were going to energize me. I needed to be encouraged when the times when I thought I wasn't going to make it. I needed to hear that I was going to be able to make it. So, 27 arrests, in and out of prison. It was the grace of God. After a lot of praying, a lot of soul searching, was my life able to change. And one of the things that really helped me was when I was in prison, I would see the women who would come from the outside who I knew, that I might have, ran with on the streets, and their lives changed. And I was like, oh my God, I know you. If that can happen for you, it can happen for me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's when my eyes began to open to the whole transformation of change. And I'm telling you, it's nothing no better than to be able to see somebody's eyes light up when they hear your story, or see their head lift up when they say, I've been through that too. Oh, you did that? There's nothing you did that I ain't did. And recovery is still possible. When I look at the word wellness, the wellness, this is what storytelling is about. Wellness. What can I give you that's going to help you on your journey? Hope, inspiration, motivation. These are the main components of storytelling training. Okay? As a result, when you're going through some things, you might have mentors, you might have people that's surrounded around you to help you through this process. One of the things that I do understand is you cannot do it by yourself. You need help. If we don't understand that we have a problem. As a result, I was able to go to college. I was able to get a degree. I now work in a facility that I was a participant in. I work as a counselor in a facility that I was a participant in. I work in the same prison that I came out of, going in and inspiring women. And let me tell you something, it's nothing better in the world to see. This is my story. Everybody have a different story. But I'm telling you, we each have a platform. We each have a platform. And being able to stand up there and see women that I knew in my active addiction or in the streets who was literally bawling and crying at the hope, looking at the hope and the inspiration and wanting so basically to know, how can I change? Where do I start? Because a lot of times we tell people to change, but we don't give them no. You tell me to surrender, you tell me to change, you tell me to do all this, but you don't give me the instructions. So now the storytelling training that helps us to be able to inspire people, take the story, it's going to help you how to tell your story in a way where people will be able to understand. Y'all know how y'all hear people tell their story. They might go from one, they all over the place. We want to pull out the strength of your story. We want you to feel that. We don't want to just stay in a part where you just lost. No, we want to tell you how I was lost, I was blind, but now I see. Okay? So, what we're going to do, we're going to do a quick introduction. And what I would like for you to do is to tell us 2 sentences about yourself. And what your hope is for the training and what you would like to accomplish. Would anybody like to start?
Well,
yeah. Don't be shy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosa King. And 2 sentences about myself. First of all, I'm glad I'm alive.
Yes.
That's one sentence. I feel like that it's a miracle and it's a gift. Yes. Like this to me. And I do believe in transformation because I know how me accepting salvation has changed my life. And I do believe it's for the purpose of not only my own self, but for other people. And yes. I would like to use all my experiences to serve others and help their lives change and become improved.
Yes.
And what I hope to accomplish is to be a part of this phenomenal industry, CPS and stuff like that too, especially for just everybody, but I'm thinking on parents today, and I have my own son who is with me here, Samuel, and I'm thinking how we do play like a great influence in their lives. And we sometimes don't realize it when they're younger because we think that they're not seeing nothing and taking anything in. And I think back to me giving them what I had when I was coming up as a child, and that's all I had to give them. I don't think it's a good thing to hold on to hatred, animosity, and unforgiveness because it only dampens you as a person. And once I released the hatred of my parents and my background and how I grew up, I was able to apologize to my own children and share with them something that I was afraid to share with them, which was my upbringing and how what I got was interjected into them. I think parents are responsible for the way our teenagers are and our young children. And I think that we should apologize and own up, let them know that we're human and that we are apt to err. And we should just try to understand that some of the behaviors we see in them today is coming from what they learned while they was coming up, from what we interjected into them. So even though we may have transformed at the time, they might be still going through things that when we stop.
Well, no, this is all very important, and we're going to get into that, right? And we're going to have chances to really explore that, right?
Yes.
So, but we want to simplify, so we can write down on there, what's your hope for the training?
My hope for the training is just to, use all my experiences to help improve not just myself, but other people. That's my hope for the training.
Okay.
Improving lives.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. There you go. 2 words. That's great. All right.
Okay, thank you for letting me share.
Abdullah?
How's everybody? My name is Abdullah.
Okay. Hi.
Well,
Good.
It was 2 sentences about yourself and a hope for the training.
Well, the first one I wrote is I'm grateful to have a God in my life.
Yes.
I'm really grateful for that. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do anything. And the second one is I'm willing to learn how to change. I'm willing to learn how to change.
Yes.
2 sentences.
Okay, thank you. Did you put your hope down?
My hope is to know how to tell my story so people can understand it.
Okay.
And learn
great.
from it.
That's a great objective. Okay.
And my last one, what would I like to accomplish?
Yes.
To grow in my process.
Great. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for
Hi.
letting me share.
You look familiar.
Yeah.
oh, he's...
My name is Saron, and you would be surprised how Revelation, when you begin to take life in, and because of your storytellers, I must say that what this did was make me be more committed to making a difference in people's lives. And so 2 of the things that I now do, it just came in right now sitting here. You have to either kill the root that got people into the mess they got into, and then the flip side of it is we got to